Scott from Scott Shot Media. Today is Thursday, January 28th, and this is what is happening on the mountain. Not a lot of CalTrans activity going on today, tomorrow, or for the weekend. There is the ongoing overnight CalTrans project on the bottom of the 330. Transition to the 210. It's the 210 widening project, so you may lose an interchange at times overnight. There is, I think, an emergency emergency work going on the 38. There isn't anything on CalTrans or CHP site other than from early this morning asking for CalTrans asking CHP to help with traffic control. And so not a lot of details on that. Doesn't seem to be a big delay. Winter storm warning in effect from this afternoon until tomorrow afternoon, and a flash flood watch in effect from tonight till tomorrow afternoon. Depending on your elevation, between the 5,000 and the 6,000 foot level is going to be a little bit iffy as to the timing of when you get rain or snow. So generally below 5,000 feet, it's going to come in as rain, and maybe a lot of it, up to a few inches. Starting tonight, and then as the majority of the moisture passes through, as the cold front, low pressure system passes through, you're more likely to see snow as the temperatures drop behind the front. But if you're above 6,000 feet, it'll most likely come in as snow, and we're expecting maybe up to 19 inches in the next 24 hours. So it might be a pretty good snowmaker again, especially for the resorts. But if you're between the 5,000 and 6,000 foot level, be prepared for a wintry mix. Could come in as rain and convert to snow, may stay rain, may come in as snow and stay as snow. So just be prepared. Going up and down the mountain regardless is going to be potentially hazardous later on this afternoon and definitely into tomorrow's commuting hours. But we will definitely keep you posted. Good news, there were no crimes reported on the mountain yesterday. There are 3 Southern California Edison outages reported, 2 maintenance outages, and 1 maintenance malfunction, total affecting 47 customers. And it's no new numbers reported yet today by the county for COVID-19. So yesterday's numbers, 13 new cases, which is really good. That's a lot smaller number than we've seen for the last almost 2 months, I think. That we still have about 300 active cases. So active cases, it's not really hard to figure out. Those are the cases that are been reported cumulatively over the last 2 weeks, while somebody could potentially be infectious. And of course, we reported earlier this week that there was a death in Big Bear City, I believe, over the weekend related to COVID-19. So I'll update as soon as we get to today's numbers. I'll update it. Hopefully the numbers will remain equally as low. So that's what I have for you for today. If you got a few minutes to stick around, we'll go into greater details, starting with that in Angeles Oaks on the 38, that potentially emergency closure or emergency construction activities for CalTrans. It wasn't scheduled. Not quite sure what they're doing down there, but it also doesn't seem like there's a lot of delays. There is up here, maybe in the Sugarloaf area, there is a vehicle off the side. It was reported since I grabbed this picture. So just watch out as you do your commutes. If you saw emergency vehicles on the 18, last night around 9:30, there was an overturned Jeep. Luckily, it was minor injury, but the road was closed for a while to recover the Jeep. And I don't know if the Jeep flipped over because of rocks, or when the Jeep flipped over, it knocked rocks onto the highway, but CalTrans had to clear some small boulders out of the road. So that's what was going on there. Our weather is going to be our biggest story for the next 24 to 36 hours, starting around hopefully before you get home if you're commuting. Lower elevations likely to come in below 5,000 feet as rain. Above 6,000 feet, it'll come in as snow. Up to maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain overnight tonight in the lower elevations. Maybe 19 inches of snow overnight in the higher elevations. So we'll just keep you updated. But either way, rain or snow, expect there to be fog, slippery conditions, road hazards, stuck vehicles. just if you can stay off the mountain highways until tomorrow night, that would be best. We will definitely keep you posted. After the storm blows out Friday night, we can expect to have a decent weekend, maybe on the chilly side, but mostly sunny until maybe Monday night, Tuesday morning, when we are expecting another small but weaker system to enter the region. And speaking of the region, we have major rain and urban flooding and snowfall forecasted for the Inland Empire tomorrow, overnight tonight through tomorrow. And then we have a very nice weekend forecasted after that. You can see winds are already increasing, maybe up to about 30 knot gusts. As the storm approaches, it's a low pressure cold front coming in, and so as it ushers in, we will see some increased winds. Should be pretty mild until that storm comes in on Tuesday, and as it blows out, we can see some gusty winds following behind it, giving us maybe even some cool temperatures associated with those winds. Southern California Edison is currently reporting 3 outages. 2 of these are maintenance outages in Lake Gregory, and then over here in Crest Park, over by Skyforest, between Skyforest and Lake Arrowhead, there's equipment problems. So only 9 customers affected with this one. Not quite sure what's going on with their equipment and when they're going to get it done, but crews are on their way. Lastly, COVID-19 update. I haven't showed you this slide recently, but a lot of good news on the COVID front. You can see our numbers as far as our hospital census. So these are hospital admits countywide. Is about the same level today as it was 6 weeks ago, when we were a little bit more than halfway through our peak. So 6 weeks ago was about December 11th-ish. I'm sorry, November 25th-ish. So right about Thanksgiving is where we're at. Hopefully we'll see the continued decline. Maybe in the next 4 weeks, we will be pre-holiday numbers, and maybe another couple weeks back, that will be pre-peak numbers. As long as everybody continues to follow those rules. Once we get back down here, we can really expect to see the county opening up additional closures as far as indoor dining and getting your hair cut, all those neat stuff that we like. Trailing a few days behind hospital admissions is our ICU status. So you'd see the ICU didn't peak as rapidly, and it's not going to go down as rapidly. So it's a couple weeks behind. We are still looking better, but we still have some work to do to get these people out of the ICU, not have new admits. Still trailing about 6 weeks. Our numbers now are about where they were 6 weeks ago. So we're definitely moving in the right direction. And same thing goes with ventilators. Ventilators, a little bit higher of a peak, a little bit more rapid of a peak, and more rapid on the downturn. Again, we're about where we were at 6 weeks ago after Thanksgiving. How do our numbers look on the mountain? Yesterday was a really good day. Best numbers we've seen in a long time, 13 new cases. Most of our communities had 0 new cases reported. Just Big Bear City with 2 new ones, Big Bear Lake 4, Blue Jay 3, 1 new case in Lake Arrowhead, and 3 in Running Springs. This is our state's 4-tiered risk assessment. Is trailing. It's a 7-day average, trailing 7 days. So these numbers are 8 to 14 days old. They don't change very often. In fact, we're seeing the same numbers we have for several weeks now. Most of the mountain still is under widespread risk, with the exceptions of Arrow Bear and Cedar Glen, which are at minimum risk. So these are for daily numbers. Still holding at 9, with the newest death reported last weekend in Big Bear. So the Bear Valley area, including the 38 corridor, you're under widespread risk, with roughly 4 3/4 of the total full-time residents having tested positive. Rim, you're a little over 5% of the total population. We're right around 5% mountain-wide of people who have tested positive. And as a daily rate, we are at a 26. So that's 13 or 14 cases. Is that 13 cases reported? We have 50,000. You take the 13 divided by 0.5 and you get 26. cases per 100,000, which is better than the rest of the county, which also had pretty good numbers that we've seen for a while at a 35, better than the state, which this is a better number we've seen in a while, of 55. In fact, this is the first time we've had no more than a double digits in a long time across all of the regions, country, state, county, and local. So that's all that I have for you right now. We will definitely be updating you. I'll do another live video tomorrow, and we will be updating you as the storm approaches, traffic, weather, emergencies, all of that important information. If you'd like to get late breaking information, follow us on our new website, mountain-dispatch.com, the Mountain Dispatch. And this has all of our breaking stories, plus just regular news stories about mountain happenings, especially the ones related to public safety and public health, emergencies and that kind of stuff. You can always email me or text me, follow along on Facebook, especially on what is happening on the mountain. And then for breaking news, we'll post on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope. You can follow along at Scott Schott Media. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.